number of participants has increased by what today. So the first thing I did was check the attendance sheet and thought, okay.
And I hope that they should not become gossip distribution. That everybody is starting.
So I believe one more person adding into the group means there was some kind of value yesterday it was shared. And we'll try to have same kind of value every day, and hopefully by the end of the fifth day we will have some kind of taking. When you go to your institute and talk about incubation. So I think we all are here today because this very common name SPTBI. So I as an employer, you as someone who look forward to SPTBI and see what's happening and why this institute has grown into last 5-7 years. So I have approximately 15-20 minutes before we have lunch and maybe in between sir also joins us. So 5 minutes of brief of SPTBI because a lot of you might still not be knowing about SPTBI. Then 5 to 10 minutes of brief about how we can connect, through SPTBI. Yeah, so I'll start with the genesis, how it started. So in 2010-11, it's formally an incubation cell started at SPIT College. It was just a part of the college. However, it took us 5 years to become SPTBI. So we also had a long journey. It was not suddenly a day, we became SPTBI. So 2015 we were incorporated as a legal entity. That means we are not part of SPIT College legally right now. So they are parent body, you could say, and we have branched out of it. That was a period when we were recognized by DST and they believed that we are doing something good in incubation space. So they came forward and supported us. TBI is a program by DST, this technology incubator. So that's why we got incorporated. Since 15, officially we have incubated 93 physically 93 startups and 22 virtually we have incubated other startups. So I think yesterday we all visited the 8th floor. So above 8th floor is an open area. That's where SPTBI started. There were no walls also, just the team chat. That's where we started. Since then we have today covered 15,000 square feet of area, 4,000 approximately at the college, and approximately 10,000 square feet in the building which is outside the campus. Today we have AR/VR lab, we have IoT lab, digital studio which is a working lab right now. We have 25 dedicated rooms for the startups. We have 5 meeting rooms, 1 conference room, 60-seater additional co-working space, and a product development center in association with SPIT. So the last one is SPIT and SPTBI joint property. Others are very dedicated to SPTBI. So what we have done, achieved on the other side, till now we have supported approximately 175 entrepreneurs through those 115 startups virtually and physically. Approximately 650 jobs have been created through these startups. We have also come up with few programs to initiate entrepreneurship in the campus where student startup program have been supported. 12 student startup programs from the college. 4 faculty startup programs, startups also have come forward. We did a small program for PWD startups, so where 5 PWD people with disabilities, we supported them, in all the ways, and the 5 startups were supported through that. This has been a journey. Since 15, we have been growing upwards in 1919 and 20 happened COVID, so we were also impacted. But again, we are growing. In 22 already we have, so this number has to be updated because 10 more startups have been incubated in the last 1 week. So it is 40 now on the score. So again, we are it's an upward trend right now. College is also benefiting out of the incubation. So a lot of colleges ask us, a lot of faculties when they come to SPTBI, they ask what is there for the college, why we should start this. So it's not just the startups which you create through your students, it's also the internships opportunity other students get. So approximately 40 to 50 of our students every year are working with the startups. Out of those, I would say almost 80-90% they work for 6 months duration from January to June because of the benefit we autonomous college, so we have an opportunity where our students can do these internships. So we give them our startups to work with them, and approximately 200 plus internships in the last 3-4 years has happened because of their opportunity. So a lot of our students are also getting exposed to entrepreneurship, not just as a part of entrepreneur, but working with entrepreneurs. because we believe entrepreneurship is not a kind of a job creation kind of a skill. It's a skill set. So you can be an entrepreneur, you cannot, or you may not be, but if you have that skill set, it helps you in different ways. So this has been our journey till now. These are the few programs through which we incubate startups right now. TBI incubation program is for growing startups. TBI pre-incubation program is for ideation stage startup. Anyone with just an idea, with no, they need not to be registered. They need not to have a team. They need not to have any idea what they want to do. Just coming up with a mindset की startup करना है. And what we can do, so we incubate them under pre-incubation, where for 1 year we review, we monitor, we support them, any idea which we are coming up with. Then we have virtual incubation program for startups who are not physically in Mumbai but still want to be connected with us. We have Prayas incubation which started this year, under which we are supporting hardware startups in developing their prototype. We have student startup program. So this started only for SPIT students first. Then we added all the campus startups and colleges. So SPCE, Bhavans, SPJ, anyone, any startup, student startup from these colleges can join this program. And now we are opening this to all the colleges where we are having a tie-up, an MOU, where any student from these colleges can come and work for any startup from these colleges like us. They can work for 3 months without any charges. All kinds of support as SPTBI is given to them. We give them a space, we give them mentoring, we give them our technology support, we give them the access to labs. Everything is given to them. They can apply to the funding also. We review for 3 months. Then if we like that they are doing some progress, they are very serious about it, then we give them 3 more months at 50% fee. Afterwards, they come into the general incubation. And this is same for our students, our faculties, and anyone from your college also now. Because I believe we all have a tie-up right now with all colleges. Similarly, for faculty startup program, same kind of access to faculties of our college, then extended to Bhavan, SPI, SPCE, and SPJ. And now we are extending to everyone within this group right now. All of your faculties who wants to initiate something, we welcome them. So what we do, I will just quickly run through, all these sheets if I want to go to the end of the slide right now. So what we provide as SPJ, a lot of people ask this, incubation, what you do, what you provide, what is there in incubation, why should a startup incubate? And I believe that if a startup has a potential to succeed, they will succeed with or without incubation. So it's not like incubation is the way for them to succeed. But what we do is we kind of accelerate the success. So whatever they might be doing in maybe 12 months through an incubation, they might be able to do it in 6 months. Or any idea which has a potential to drop might not be dropped because they have some kind of support and incubation. So what we do is a lot of startups have a problem about space because India is not USA where you can start from a garage. So we don't have the concept. The moment you start from a house, no one will take it seriously. I am one of the victims. I'll share a story about it. So in 2014, I had a startup and I was Delhi based. So my startup was from my home. So we were like two friends, same house. So we were like co-founders, and half of the house was for living and half of the house was for our startup. So we were hiring people, and once we hired someone, that person came to our house. She looked at the house and said, "I can't work here." She got scared, somehow. So I took her interview on the road that time. She was like, I won't give my interview inside. It's scary. You are living in the house. It's not an office. So these kind of situations come. A lot of times, as an entrepreneur, you won't realize, but we face these kind of problems. That people prefer working in a office space. They don't want to work from house. So we don't have a culture. So that's the first basic part. We provide you space, we provide you address to work from. So that if you're writing to your client, let's say, and then you say, my office is flat number XYZ. The client will like, कुछ गड़बड़ लग रहा है ना. So instead we give them office space and office address. So very basic. A lot of people don't realize it, but it helps a lot of entrepreneurs. The funding support. So I'll be briefing all the funding support later on. So I just skip this part because we have a detailed sheet about it. Mentoring and training. So this is overabused and underutilized section. A lot of people have become mentors today, and go to LinkedIn and you will see a lot of person writing, we are a startup mentors. However, there are still a dearth of good mentors across India. And specifically from education sector, because a lot of startup when they start from college, and that's why we all could be the mentors and the first stepping stone for them to move forward. So what we do is we do provide them tech mentors, specifically from our college. A lot of faculties who are mentoring our startups. We have also initiated opportunities where we are inviting other faculty from other colleges to mentor our startups. I would say currently more than 20 faculty from different colleges are mentoring our startups. So they are our mentor board. We will be very, like happy to share that anyone of your colleagues or even you believe that there's some kind of technology you can mentor someone. We are happy to onboard you for. So we do provide the mentoring, tech mentoring from faculty or from the industry. We also provide the business mentoring regularly. I do basic mentoring from business planning and developing business plan and everything. But I keep on inviting a lot of my colleagues or other entrepreneurs or other dedicated mentors from the industry, where we keep on connecting these startups with those mentors. Access to talent pool, as we said, SPIT has become one of the leading, source to those interns for our startups. So they wait to till October when we open the internship period, and everyone apply. We need interns, and a lot of startups keep on asking us, when is the window opening? We need interns, we need interns. So we have been till now able to place our interns, but any of your college have this kind of a program, and you believe that your students will be happy to intern with us colleges, we can always talk about it, because always startups need some kind of interns, because we are not able to afford full-fledged salaried people at the moment, right? So someone can say, but what do you do? So ultimately, understand if you ever happen to open a incubation center. So we are enablers. That's it. What we do is not create something. We just enable them. We show them the way. This is the way you can do it. So that if we keep that vision in mind, ये मुझे करना है, this is the only thing we want to do is enable things for startup. We will become a good working incubation center. Events and activities. So a lot of events and activities keep on happening. Like on 29th, we are doing a workshop on product market fit. On 30th, we are doing a founders meet. In July, we are proposing a meet where founders who are not able to find the co-founders. So how to do that? We're proposing that. So a lot of these events keep on happening. But again, a very personal story, where I want you to connect with here. So a lot of startups have this problem that their founders feel they were lonely in life. Very simple reason. Out of 100 students from a class, only one will take entrepreneurship, 99 will take up a job. So every day, those 99 people have a lot of things they can talk about. Very common things. They are doing a job, so they can crib about their boss. They can crib about their work life. They can crib about what they don't like about the job. They can have similar kind of engagement in terms of where they want to do, what they want to do, what's happening in their life. But an entrepreneur is not able to connect with all these people. So they start feeling lonely, and you will talk to any entrepreneur, that you will realize that they slowly will start missing their friend circle, and they will be in a group of only entrepreneurs. So all these events and activities help them a lot when they meet similar people. So one person from this college comes, one from that. So that 10 entrepreneurs come together on a single board. So now they have something to talk about. They can talk about which kind of funding we will get. So at least something is there to talk about to those people. So we ensure that our entrepreneurs, our founders are not in that kind of a pit where they are not able to share what they are doing, what they want to do. It's very important for you to engage with your entrepreneurs regularly. And the tech lab, because we are an API, so we have developed a lot of tech infra for startups. A lot of startups can't afford to pay for 5 lakh, 6 lakh rupees for a lot of infra, which they might use only once or twice in their life. So why should they invest that money in that infra? So what we do is we develop and then give to them free. So all our tech infra is free for our startups. We don't charge anything to them. They can use it anytime, and it's 24/7. It's open to those startups. So I'll skip the details and talk into that. So few of our success stories. So there is Ask Vidyarthi. So they are into edutech. So IIT Lucknow graduate who was in Mumbai. They incubated SPTBI. We supported them for 1 year. We provided them seed funding. They were in Shark Tank last year. They got the highest funding in Shark Tank. They are the startup. And right after the Shark Tank, the revenue has grown 5x within like 4 months of duration. Assurekit is a fintech, is alumni of SPIT, Adarsh, you might know Adarsh Shivan, right? So he's Assurekit, the fintech startup. They raised 1.5 million US dollars when they moved out of SPTBI. Incubation is broadcasting and content startup. So they graduated 2020 just before COVID. So I believe all of you watch IPL, right? Or we see the cricket matches. So all of the drone, AR, VR shots which you see are done by Quidditch. So they have exclusive partnership with that time Hotstar and Star Sports and BCCS. Now the rights have changed, so I don't know if they get them again the rights or not. But till this moment, they were the broadcasting and content partner. PeerTech is the AR tech which is still incubated at SPTBI. Right now they have closed a round of 12 crore rupees. We funded them initially at seed funding initially. So they are an AR startup. Scholar is an edtech startup. Again, I am Ahmedabad and Bangalore graduate who incubated 2020. In between COVID, their startup got acquired by Faculties at that time. So we had investment. So this is our first exit officially. So the first time we got return from the startup. Work India is another story of SPIT student working as an intern with a founder who came with no technology background. Said, "This is my idea. I want some support from SPIT college." So some intern joined this Work India. That intern then became team member. From team member, he became co-founder and CTO. And right now, they have raised, I think, more than 100 crore of funding in the last 3 years of. So they moved out in 1920 when they raised a funding of, I think, 30 crore. Then they raised another funding of 40 crore. And right now, they are also recently raised 24 crore. So after 9400 crore funding, they have raised. So just an idea with no tech, nothing came to the college, intern villa. So all the things that we provide, you can see how everything got into this story in a right way. PhonePe fintech. So PhonePe story is different. So they were not part of SPTBI officially, but they were part of SPIT incubation cell before. And because they became successful, their story we told to DST, and that's how we became SPTBI. Again, a founder, alumni of SPIT college, worked in US for 10 years, came back to India, did a startup, didn't work out, joined Flipkart, worked in Flipkart for 1 year, again came back to SPIT, again I want to start something new, again did a new startup, again no revenue, but that startup had some potential, so that was PhonePe and it got acquired by Flipkart that time. So these are the good stories from SPTBI. We don't claim that we led to these successes, but we are happy to say that somewhere we kind of accelerated the growth which they have done today. So a lot of you are here with a very simple purpose कि how to start an incubation, government funding कैसे मिलता है, वो सब क्या होता है. So now I covered this. So right now we have 3 programs which are funded by the government of India. So one is Nidhi Prayas. This is the first cycle we have. So we have approximately 7 crore under this program. Every year we can give 1 crore of rupee as a grant to startups. And each startup can receive maximum 10 lakh rupees as a grant. We started our first cohort in April, 3 startups selected. We have started second cohort, 7 startups selected till now. 2 more startups are in the review, so we might have 12 startups by the end of the June. And happy to share one of you is also in the consideration right now for this funding. So you can find out who that person is. Under this program, we are also developing a Prayas Shala. So a 4,000 square feet of area is being given by our college to develop a lab to facilitate. It's a fab lab to our startups. Another is DD-SSS. It's again a DSC funded program where we provide seed funding to our startups. We have been given 10 crore rupees for 5 cycles. First cycle has been utilized as of now, under which 6 plus 2, 8 startups have been funded overall. Ask Vidyalaya is one of those. DVDP is a Fairtech is again one of those. Rama Lifestyle is another startup which is working. Eatable, Indri and Jiva are so Eatable and Jiva are not considered as close. Kids is still out there. Kids is again a startup led by faculty of SPIT college. Uh, then is SISFS, which is Startup India Treatment, which is very famous right now because PM Modi talks about it a lot. You know, wherever he goes, he Startup India, Startup India. So under that, we have received 5 crores in the month of April, where in the next 3 years we have to utilize money in funding startups in terms of grant, debt, or debenture-based support. So this is what we have done, and these are the labs which we have developed again through funding, maybe through CSR or through DSC. So, like I think, so having shared a small story, I think I still have time, yeah. So having shared a small story, so a lot of you are here because you want to start an incubation center in college or really kind of collaborate. So I'll give 5 minutes. What are the steps we'll taking forward from here to start an incubation, and 5 minutes what collaboration we can do if you don't want to start incubation right now. So let's talk about if not incubation right now, what we can do. So as I said, we encourage your startups, your faculty or student startups to join us. 3 months, and they are encouraged to work at SPTBI. They are encouraged to take part in our all ecosystem. We'll invite them, we'll mentor them, we'll talk to them regularly, we'll see if the idea has feasibility or not. And we'll give them a feedback, if you take it forward or not, and we'll also see how serious they are. Because a lot of times, someone might come ki theek hai, free hai, chalta hai, because we don't value things which are free. Second could be mentors. So SPTBI is very happy to onboard you or any of your colleagues who want to be our mentors. We are focusing on a lot of factors. However, few of the areas like IoT, AR/VR, AI/ML are some of the techs which are growing these days, and we would love to have more and more mentors from these techs. There are few, I think, non-tech colleges there also for them in terms of management, HR, building, or finance. Because I'll tell you, most of our startups are from engineering background somewhere. It's not from our college, but from other colleges also. But they have zero idea about the other side of management, and they really fail in terms of finance. Like right now, we are doing due diligence of one of the startup we are funding. My legal team is calling me every day saying कि इनके पास ये documents नहीं है, इन्होंने कभी बनाया नहीं है, इनको कभी इसका mentoring नहीं मिला क्या, ये सब होना चाहिए. So this is the problem they face not just at the moment but anytime in the future also. If you are getting funded, then finance and your all legal documents should be on place and startup will understand and realize the importance. So these mentoring is also important. If anyone from the management side or the non-tech side is happy to support us in these roles also, we are happy to discuss. So this could be other portion. Third is probably you are not starting the incubation right now, but probably you want to associate with us in different ways. Let's say we keep on inviting mentors from other college. We keep on creating few programs. So you want to join, you want to share your idea, you want to mentor some few startups, you are doing some kind of research which you believe can become a startup later on. Because a lot of faculties, so the challenge for faculties are there with research. But when the research becomes a startup, it's a different ballgame. So that could again be a partnership where you have some idea, you believe it's a good research, which could be implemented as a startup. We can always work and see how we can do it together. Because I believe a lot of good research in India just going nowhere afterwards. They are just research and then no one knows what happens to them. In SPIT, there is a program where our 4th year, 30 students, they showcase a research project. And SPTBI, kind of sponsor them in terms of we provide the guests, we provide the mentors to these projects. So if something happening in your college, we will be happy to collaborate because we believe, we can get some ideas from there. And these projects may not end up just being a project; they may become a startup in future also. So these kind of collaboration happening in your activities happening in your college, we are happy to collaborate on those fronts also. all of our programs funding, as a MOU, we'll always keep on sharing with you and your startups or your students. Please share with them, and if anyone comes up with an idea, they might get incubated as PTBI. Especially Nidhi Prayas, actually for people who are not even registered, an idea, developing a prototype right now, thinking of becoming a startup in future. We are giving them a grant up to 10 lakh rupees to develop a prototype. So lot of those ideas which you have, maybe in the project way or maybe in the research way, or probably just ideation in your staff, in the students, they could be supported. Um, so these are the few ways where we can collaborate if you are not thinking of incubation center right now. Now, if you are thinking of incubation center right now, that's the second stage of discussion. So, how to start? Like one of the professors asked, how to start everything. That's a big challenge. So, how did we start? I think some of you have visited us one-to-one also. We have shared this thing with you one-to-one also. That whenever you want to start an incubation, please have this clarity from your management that why do you want to do this? Is it just because it's in the air right now? Everyone talks about incubation. That's why you want to do it, or it's because you see an alignment with your college and incubation, and you believe that this could be the next step for your college. So once you have that answer, simple thing to do is just provide some physical space to startups, make it free from college thought process. So that space should not be part of the college thought process. So if a startup enters, there are no more students now. So don't behave with them as their students, and there should not be a student or faculty connection interaction there. It should be a mentor-mentee connection there. Why we have these startup faculty and students? Because the moment they come, like I'll give you a really simple example, Skindy. So Skindy is a startup led by a faculty and a student of SPIT. So the moment they are in class, they might be students, but the moment they come upstairs, they are not more students of the faculty, they are just partners. So they behave in the same way. So you have to identify those faculties in your college who are more entrepreneurial, who are more connected to your students. Your students might be more open to sharing with them. Create a pool of those mentors as a faculty mentors. Give this space to your startup students. Tell them this is your space, your college space. जो करना है चलो आप बैठो, will provide you the space 24/7. Don't put those college rules कि ना 6 बजे college बंद हो जाएगा, space बंद हो जाएगा, you have to leave. Our center is open 24/7. Even the 8th building closed होगा, but 8th floor is open 24/7. So give them that freedom, that they feel comfortable around the college. They feel that the faculty or the student or your academic, faculty, professors, they're all open to you. So I think that would be a simple start. And right now, any program, any initiative of the government in any way, what they do is they are seeing what has been your progress last 2-3 years. So start developing this thing for at least next 2 years. See how many startups can you incubate. So when I say startup, don't think about your registered hona chahiye. This is a very big thing. The moment we say startup, people think should it be registered? Should it be an entity? It should not be entity right now. So when we say incubation, there's no entity. We just say okay, X person is startup. X person is startup. That's it. कोई नाम नहीं है, कोई idea नहीं है, but they are startup. So when we say startup, it should not mean they should be a legally entity company. It means that they have an idea, they want to work on something. That's it. So don't push your startup, your team to get registered. It's a compliance issue. होंगे उनको उनके पॉकेट से पैसा जाएगा, वो लोग बंद कर देंगे उसको थोड़े दिनों में. Just let them do whatever they want to do. Government never asks you how many of your startups are registered. They only ask you how many startups are there. So give them, encourage them in this way, and then keep on connecting them to other incubation where they can be mentored. So just be enabler. Don't we can't do everything. I have a team of only 5 people, so we can't do all these things together. So we have what we do is we kind of connect them to the right person. That's what we do. That's it. So be that kind of person. Don't try to do everything by yourself. So if you're thinking of starting an incubation center, first step, find out those 5 faculties in your college who are entrepreneurial, who are more open to students. Dedicate a space, open it to our students, invite them, find out who all are doing something, find out who are doing research or projects, interesting projects. उनको बुलाइए, invite करिए, share your vision with them. Ask them to spend time in that space. give them the full freedom what they want to do, and just mentor and enable them. Whatever they support they need, don't see from faculty side point of view. 4 घंटे अंदर सेशंस are busy, शाम को बात करते हैं. Asking something, enable, correct to the right person. That's it. That's what you want to do. If you don't know what to do it, connect them to SPTBI. Okay, we know the right person. Talk to them, the one will help you out. So do these steps for at least 1 year, and I would believe within a 1 year you will have a small ecosystem happening, in your college. Otherwise, we'll keep on talking, we'll keep on discussing, we'll keep on planning, but it won't happen. We want to grow big, we want to have big incubation, but at least have this small space, small start. After a year, then you can start approaching the government, saying that we have a space, we have incubated 5 startups, 6 startups in the last 1 year, and we now need officially, a formal support from the government. Today, I will give you MSIS, which is Maharashtra State Innovation Society. They are supporting a lot of Maharashtra-based startups and incubation vendors. So they support you if you can show the progress. If you are a very technology-based incubation, then there is DST. They can support you. If you are a SME-based incubation, then AIM, which is Atal Incubation Mission, they will support you. If you are a biotech or life sciences-based college, then BIRAC will support you. Then there is MIT will support you. So MSIS, MIT, BIRAC, DST, and AIM. So these are the leading government bodies supporting incubation centers in India. So write to these people and keep connecting with them. Keep following whenever they open the new scheme for the incubation. उनका form देखो, review the form, understand what is the requirement, so that you can prepare yourself for the next year accordingly. It won't happen the first year you will apply and you will get it. Maybe it will be 1 year, 2 years of hard work. But review these, keep connected with these people, and it will help you out. Especially MSIS, which is right now focusing more on incubation centers in Maharashtra, that they could be a good source. TBI, AIM is another. They are aggressively promoting incubation. BIRAC for biotech, microbiology, so they are working hard on this. So once you have that 1 year story to sell, then they will be happy to hear you. If you go right now, they'll ask you what you have done, and we won't have the answers right now. So it took 5 years for us also. So, but I believe you could do it maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years only. We didn't have any support. We didn't know how to do it. It took us 5 years. But I think we are ready to support you. This is our story. How we did it. Very simple. I'm telling you, you have a space. We started with a rooftop. That was happening now. So वहाँ से start किया हम लोगों ने तो. And एक story आएगा, it will encourage more people. दो story आएगा, it will encourage your faculties also. And once you get an ecosystem, I would believe you will be at next step of starting incubation. In between, officially, whatever help you need, and we will be happy to help you. Also, we are planning. I think this is again we might have discussed with few of you. So some of you who are interested have discussed with us a lot of time how to incubate. So we're starting. We'll probably do a 2-day workshop, very dedicated workshop on incubation center master classes. How to start an incubation center. So do a master class for 2 days, happening maybe in the month of July. So we'll again share our information with you people. So this is more about 5 days about understanding entrepreneurship, creating a culture of entrepreneurship in college. Those 2 days will be dedicated to starting an incubation in the college. So we'll very much focus on how to do it legally, officially. A lot of things are required. So how we will do it. So I think so still 2 minutes, but so that's it on both the topics. I'm open to questions if you have right now. So it's very small session because I say masterclass will be a more detailed. It take I think 2-3 days to understand. Today was giving you an overview of how it happens, and in the next 2-3 days we will keep on learning one thing more and more, and you will be I think in more clarity by the end of 5 days. But still, if you have any questions,
What if they are not very technology-based? Ideas which are
So sorry.
if the ideas are not very technology-oriented, that is what happens.
So I think you're talking does incubation will incubate them or not, or like?
Yeah. Do they qualify for all?
No, So till last year we were supported under TBI program, right? So we had to only incubate TBI tech-based startups. It was a clear cut. Right now we are a TBI, but our that program has ended with the government of India. So although we are focused on technology, however, now we have started taking new initiatives under different programs. So if it's a non-tech startup, good growing startup, we can incubate. However, the government funding might not be applicable. So the TBI cut, needed triple S or Prayas, they might not be applicable, but Startup India funding is still applicable. So they can still apply for the funding. So under Startup India now we can fund also any non-tech startup. But we want to be seen as a TBI only, even in future. So focus will be on tech. But lot of incubation centers are there who don't focus on tech also. So it's just like Social Alpha is one of the good incubation centers. Social Alpha is out of Bangalore. So they are very leading incubation centers that focus mostly on social startups or this agro is something. That's in Kerala based incubation. They are very into agriculture now, focus on only agriculture startup. So a lot of incubation centers will be there, focus on very non-tech field also. So it's up to you, what are your plans and how do you want to go forward. So you need not to be a TBI or a technology-based incubation center.
Suppose you want to utilize your skills for a startup. So is there a solution process to be very profit and
Yeah, I think that's a good question, ma'am. So the pre-incubation which we discussed, we don't see anything for a startup. What we see is there is an entrepreneur who wants to start something. That's it. It could be a tech, it could be non-tech, it could be registered, not registered. The reason being is when you are in ideation stage, you don't know how it will grow, how will the idea will take shape. So we can't say we are not tech or tech will incubate you or not. But ideation stage, any startup, any idea is allowed. We welcome them. In incubation, we have a criteria. It should be a technology, Indian founder, 51 Indian founder who is working in the startup full time. And it should be a startup maybe just in the last 7 years, because after 7 years you are no more a startup, you are a company. So these three criteria, and then depending on which technology are you using and can we support you or not with the tech also.
So as a TBI, are you also looking at supporting hubs which are not in your campus?
So this is something which we are open to, and as I said, if you're not planning to start an incubation but still want to have an engagement, we are open to that. So see, why are we doing this is it's a give and take, So when we are giving you this information and all this, the takeaway process, we also are getting good ideas from different places. So we are getting 5 more sources of our ideas. So someone comes there, we know we can incubate an idea. That idea knows SPTBI is there. So it's give and take of both.
So it's not necessary that the incubator has to be physically in your campus.
No. So now it's because of virtual incubation, which has been recognized by the DST and other departments, we are open to both physical and virtual. So in fact, the 10 startup which we have funded under Prayas, 2 are from Chennai, 1 is from Bangalore, 1 is from Nagpur, 1 is from Pune, 1 is from Lucknow, from Kanpur, and the others are from Mumbai. So we are open to support all of them. I think we don't have any more questions.
Actually, we have a lot of questions for you.
say like a person made without any technical background and wanted to work and then some research came and instant help and then become a co-founder or something. So that person became, he already had fund VC?
No, we need a fund also. In
So
fact, that
there is no proper criteria for that person who comes with the problem. Suppose that comes with the problem.
so as I said, in pre-incubation there is no criteria. Only criteria is in pre-incubation we don't look for a startup. We look for a mastermind. In incubation we look for a startup.
Okay, so he came as an entrepreneur.
Yes, he gave entrepreneur. In fact, so I was not there at that time. So I've been told that in fact for a few months also we didn't charge the fees also. So in fact even money we so plus he kept away. I think sir, you might be you might have an idea about it. This is true, right? तो मुझे बोला क्या? So, and today, by the way, it's Work India, so they're also giving back to the college again. So every year they come up with the highest placement in the college. So the best job from the college, the highest salary is given by them to our startups, to our students. I think 30 to 40 lakh initially they give package to everyone, to students every year. So
what is the charges? 5,000. What are the charges for pre-incubation?
So pre-incubation,
Virtual incubation.
virtual is different. So pre-incubation 6 months, second is doing the pushing. Other we charge 5,000 per month, and virtual is 15,000 for 1 year when they don't use the space. So as of now we don't take equity. A lot of incubation take equity and fees also, but we don't take equity as of now. These are the model which we will discuss more detail in the masterclass because with too much information right now.
What are the facilities you provide?
See, so we divide our factory in 6 sections. So one is we provide you physical space. Second, we provide you tech support. So tech support in both hardware and software. So hardware is the lab, software like AWS credits, MATLAB credits, all those. And we do have purchase new software also, which they are available. Third is interns. Fourth is funding support. So we fund under these programs and also we connect you to the investors and angels for other kind of funding. So if we can't fund or probably if you grow beyond, so after 25 you need next time 1 crore, 2 crore. So that's why we connect you to the investors. So we do investor connect. That's fourth. Fifth is we provide you add-on services, which is legal, which could be your CA, CS, finance related, all those services, and sixth is mentoring and training. So these are the 6 core services or core support we provide, and apart from that, around all these, there is a networking which you do.
Okay, no charges for it.
So everything is the fees which we charge. There might be few mentors who are, so we try to, bring them through bono basis. Sometimes they may agree, sometimes they may ask, if they are doing it frequently, they may charge. So we pay them sometimes. But if sometimes it might happen, we don't have the budget, so we then tell the startups, this is the pricing. We are paying half, you pay the half. So like 29th of this, we are doing this workshop. So for other startups, they have to pay the full fee. So our startup, we are paying half and they pay half. So that's how we sometimes negotiate.
Recently, you are also developing center of excellence in that some PhD grant, 1 crore.
No, like Fab Lab, Fabrication Lab.
Fabrication. So that is also one facility.
So like we are developing a fabrication lab worth 1 crore money we are putting in the lab, and it's all for our startups, 24/7 खुला रहेगा. So people who are into development of hardware startups, we benefit them. We also have an AR/VR lab for AR/VR startups. We have IoT lab through CSR funding for IoT based startups. We are developing an AI/ML lab for AI/ML based startups. Again a CSR funded startup. We have developed a digital studio for our startups for 2 purposes. A lot of startups are doing content based startups. They can create content. One part. Second, we will also help them in creating the marketing content. So 30-second video, 1 minute video, which they can project. So we'll have our own team. उनको कुछ नहीं करना, उनको content देना कि this is what we want to project, and we'll create those content for them and give it to them. So an add-on service which will be for our startups to that lab. So these are the labs which we have developed. Infra is all paid by SPTBI. They don't pay anything for them, and they can use it. So the IoT lab, AR/VR was upstairs. If you have seen yesterday. Digital lab is outside in that main building, and Prayas lab is we are developing it outside this building. So it's a 4,000 square feet area, so we don't have as much area in the building.
Near workshop.
Yeah.
So Prayas Lab is your fab lab, is it?
Yeah, lab.
4,000 square feet.
Yes.
It's already set up or it's under?
No, so we are right now tender process going on to purchase the equipment, and I think college is refurbishing the space right now. So hopefully after Diwali we'll be able to get some part of it, not the full.
Sir, I have seen your trailer on the official website.
so that all the thing is funded by DST.
Everything, yes, all funded by DST.
So means, depending upon the strength or incubators that you get, you can propose some,
Yes, yes. So
support.
all of these funding which we got, all came step by step, the progress we made. So the first progress was have a small incubation, so we got a DSC support in setting up incubation. Once we had that, for 2-3 years we worked, we showed good stories, so we got a seed funding program. Okay, now we'll give you 10 crore to have a seed funding. Once we had that story also, then we again applied, we have a good faculty strength of mentoring startup and hardware also. Now we want to start hardware incubation. Then we applied to Prayas, and then we were Prayas also. So every success is a part of previous work which we have done. So it didn't happen that all we got together at one stage. Now we needed Startup India seed fund. So the maximum funding they give is 5 crore. A lot of incubation are only getting 1 crore, 2 crore money. But we said we can give us 5 crore because we have the capacity to utilize.
And so, I guess they do have some eligibility criteria.
Eligibility, again, it is 3 years of functioning. These many startups we have been supported. These are the services we are providing. So all these things are basic criteria for any support you seek from the government of India or any state government. The first thing you'll ask is कि आपने कितने साल incubate किया है अभी last, कितने startups को incubate किया आपने, कितने startups को help किया आपने, और एक या दो successfully बताओ. This is the basic they'll ask. As to become eligible for any funding. I think it's one lunch करते हैं. As these